I think most of you bought raffle tickets. If you're expecting us to draw it now, you're lucky. You're not. You've got to wait. Because tonight we have an afternoon speaker. It's Fred Dibnah. I think you all know him. First time I saw him, he was on telly with one leg wagging over 100 foot of thin air. Fred, leave it to you.
Ah, right. Now we know it. Because I know we all better know.
Mr. Fred Dibnah to the Banktop Brewery. Cheers.
It's the dodgy bit when it's very windy, when you're 3/4 of the way up and the wind's trying to snap the ladder off sideways. It's quite exciting. As you get a bit higher up, the holes have a tendency to get a bit deeper. It's called fear.
Right guys, you join us back in sunny Bolton. Well, not so sunny Bolton today. And we're outside the old Churchill's pub. And what we're going to do is just bob you out corner here, because I want to show you something which is most definitely a point of interest for any Fred Dibnah fan. Yeah, so these steps here are the old Lever Street steps which lead up to the old Lever Street bridge, and I want to show you up here because back in the day these would have been an incredible spot to see the old steam trains chugging along out of Ena Mill, and they would have been passing down through Darcy Lever, I reckon. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because down Darcy Lever is where Fred ended up living, and the line that runs from Darcy Lever is just down here down the side of the Burden Park Stadium. You can see an old mill there, there's another one there. All of this skyline would have been littered with chimney stacks. And all the way around this estate here was a massive industrial hub during the Industrial Revolution. Cotton mills, forges, dye works, everything. It was a massive hub of industry. But if I show you just to our left here, you can see the old train lines. And if we zoom you down the tracks, we can take you a little bit further along to where the old beehive mill engine sheds would have been. And I've heard a few tales of Fred sneaking into the old engine sheds and whatnot, so we can look at the old steamers. Brilliant.
Oh, we're getting there.
Did he manage to get fire all door?
He's done a good job, Jack, hasn't he, that fire all door? It's perfect. It's a good job.
I've been having a whale of a time steaming up and down on all these nice engines.
With the wall.
I'm having a Guinness. Where's my chair? I need to sit down. Hey, it's nice and peaceful here, isn't it, Rog?
Yeah.
Reminds me of when I was little and I used to go and sneak onto railway sheds in Bolton that have all gone now. You know, yuppie houses all over it now. Yeah, we're really good. Happy days. And here we are, sat here, miles away from home in Loughborough, in a nice, interesting place. Yeah, lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
On a Saturday morning, I used to climb over the fence and go up this embankment, and my uncle was there with his steam engine. And when I was about as old as you, and he used to let me get on it, and all Saturday morning, chuff, chuff, chuff up and down, shunting coal wagons. And then at 12 o'clock, he had to take it back to the engine shed, so I had to vacate, you know, I had to get over the fence and go home for my meat pie. Yeah, there were a pub, you've seen it, on Manchester Road, called The Wagon and Horses.
Oh yeah, I know
And
it.
it had an iron ladder out of the sidings, down into the backyard at the pub. And I'm not kidding, it was as shiny as that regulator on that engine down there, with the usage that it had. And all day long it was full of railway men either going on duty or coming off duty. And on a Saturday night and a Friday night it was chock bloody full. You couldn't get a pint, and on the big bridge over the main road, it'd be like a black five with 40 wagons of coal, blowing its head off into the sky, and driver and fireman in the pub would just tell another before we set off. And then when they got up the ladder and on the engine, you know, blasted on the whistle and away they went. And all. They don't get arrested nowadays for behaviour like that.
Lots of people who I've come to know over the years with the chimneys say, you spend too much time playing with your steam engine, you say. You should come and get our job done. Which in some ways is very true. I have neglected my business and, well, everything really, for the sake of this 10 ton of iron.
Right guys, you join us in Darcy Lever, and if you look up there, we've got the old, what I believe is called the Lever Bridge. Hey up, and just behind me here is the old River Tongue, which runs up the back of Fred's old house, situated on Radcliffe Road, which is just at the top of this road here. Now we're showing you this bridge because obviously we've just been up on the opposite end where it connected to the old Beehive Mill. So judging by the old chimney stack down there, I hope we're not too windy, you can see why Fred would have picked such a quaint spot to live. And if I show you just up the road here, you can see one of the old watering holes that he used to frequent, which is unfortunately now been bought and I believe being turned into a house. But if you look there, there is the old Lever Bridge Inn, one of Fred's boozers. And on the subject of boozers, we are now going to take you up to a little brewery situated in Ashley Bridge, because we believe they brew an ale in the memory of the man himself. Let's do it, man. Right guys, we've made it to what I believe is quite possibly going to be one of my favourite haunts of the series. We are at the old Banktop Brewery. We're about to meet a chap called Dave, who's going to give us a little tour, show us how it's made, and hopefully tell us the connection that it has with Fred. Let's do it, man. Alright, let's go and take a little peek inside. The old Banktop Brewery. Dave.
Morning. How are you?
You're straight in on camp out, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
Good to meet you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just knocking about, tracing the history of Fred Dibnah.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be solely about Fred. It's about things also associated with Fred, and you know, just stuff in the local populace that is of interest, but does tie in with the chap, you know. So I figured, what better a place to pop to than the old Banktop Brewery.
Well, it's certainly a big part of the history of Banktop Brewery.
Yeah.
It was one of the first 3 beers that we did, Flat Cap, or Fred's Cap as it was known then. And he certainly won the hearts of the local people in supporting it. It's our top selling beer, and as you can see on the awards there, it's won several national awards through the Society of Independent Brewers and by the Campaign for Real Ale. So he is well known far and wide, or the beer is well known far and wide.
Quality. So are we alright to have a little peek where it is brewed, if that's alright?
Yeah,
pal?
no problem.
Let's roll.
Right.
Lana's got the Land Rover, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And Roger.
Oh, you can smell it, can't you?
Yeah, that's
Smell it brewing.
That's a combination of the malt and the hops themselves.
Oh wow, there we go. Oh, look at that.
And this main section, the largest part of the room, is the fermenting room with 11 fermenting vessels. The first 7, FV1 through 7, hold 3,168 pints, and fermenters 8, 9, 10 and 11 are smaller. Fermenters, they hold 1,444 pints.
Brilliant.
And we tend to brew the darker beers or stronger beers in small batches due to the popularity of each beer. At the moment, we're sparging the malt, which extracts all the starch and sugars that we're looking forward to fermenting to the alcohol. Today's beer is Flat Cap. In the whirlpool at the moment, you can see the colour differential from plain water to the golden colour that's created from the crystal malts. The centrifugal force centralises any loose bits of grist that fall through the sieve area, just allowing the sweet water to pass on into the copper. This is a copper kettle. This is where the flavour from the hops are added into the recipe.
Right.
And the hops are weighed out upstairs to a consistent level, so we get the same flavours on each batch. It'll be in here for about 3 hours to fill it up, and then it's on the boil for an hour and a half, hour and a quarter. Sorry.
And then after that, where will it go?
It will transfer from the copper through the heat exchanger here and on into one of the fermenters. Today's fermenter that will be travelling down the central lines and dropping into FV6. 3,168 pints per brew.
Wow, and how many of them do you knock out then in a month, say?
Pre-COVID times, we would be brewing 7 days a week.
Wow.
So it'd be over 1.3 million pints a year.
So how many places do you distribute that stuff to then, Flat Cap?
If every pub that's on our order book ordered, we couldn't supply. There's probably about 600 customers on the order book.
Yeah.
But each week we're dealing around about 120 to 150 customers.
Right. Right, so what's this, pal?
So up at the top of the fermenter there, that's our yeast strain, which is fermenting out. It's top fermented yeast.
Wow. So that's what
So that is
produces
turning the sugars.
froth like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is turning the sugars that we've extracted through sparge that
Yeah,
you've seen
yeah.
before. That is turning those sugars into alcohol and reproducing that yeast. So
Wow.
that yeast we then propagate off, crop it off
Yeah.
into a tub, and then we chill it down, and that then is repitched into the next brew.
Brilliant, brilliant. Nice one for that, pal. I've had a pint of the flat cap and it is very, very nice, I must admit.
Well, it's our backbone beer. It's our
Is it, yeah?
signature beer. We've brewed more flat cap than anything else, and each week we probably sell more flat cap than all the other beers put
Yeah.
together.
Do you reckon that's just because it's a nice beer, or
I think
because
it's a combination of a few things. One, it is a very easy session beer
Yeah.
at 4% golden ale. Secondly, the artwork and connection with Fred Dibnah initially has driven the local population to get behind us and support it. It's won gold in Champion Beer of Britain in the bitter category before now.
Right.
So it's been recognised nationally as much as it has locally.
Definitely, I can see why, I can taste why. Anyway, we'll be going for a pint a bit later on anyway, so we can show it coming out of the tap.
Well, the strength of Flat Cap has enabled us to grow the business quite successfully to the point now we have 3 pubs that run independently from the brewery.
Right.
But again, all 3 pubs, the top selling beer is Flat Cap.
Is it? And what are those pubs?
There's the Banktop Brewery Tap on Belmont Road,
Yep.
which is the nearest pub to here, the brewery itself. One in Horwich on Church Street, which is the Ale House. And then the newest of the pubs is over at Accrington, Clayton Lamore's Accrington.
Right, all right.
And that's the Old England Forever.
It used to be called Fred's Cap, didn't it?
Yeah, it was Fred's Cap initially, and we had Fred picture face on it with his flat cap on, and everyone thought it was wonderful.
Yeah.
The little slip on words people used to call it cat flap.
Right.
Even just whether they've had too many of it and couldn't pronounce it, I'm not too sure. But Fred's Association helped grow its popularity definitely, and then since then he was awarded, shortly after that time, he was awarded an honorary doctorship, which we then decided we'd do a Dr. Dibnah.
Right, okay.
And change the flat cap for a mortarboard and whatever. We tried to get permission, and it was going to be launched at a beer festival for the Lads and Girls Club down at the Howcroft. And then at the last minute we had a little bit of pressure put onto us with litigation, so we had to drop the Dr. Dibnah, and then there was some further litigation threats. So
copyright, basically.
Well, we were accused of profiteering out of Fred's name and popularity at the time.
Wow.
Although a gentleman who joined the night it was launched, a very close friend of Fred's, a guy called Bob Greenhouse, he wrote to us and said, if you wanted to go to litigation, you could say it was paid in full, because all Fred wanted for the picture was pick him up, get him pissed, and send him home. And that was his words.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, he rung back and he said, could we change the terms, and I thought, you know, he wants some money or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, all it was pick him up, pick Bob up, get them both pissed and send them home.
Right.
And Bob said that we were paid in full, they were suitably drunk when they left,
Yeah.
and they were paid extra. And I couldn't recall what he was on about. And he said we never negotiated the fish and chips that he got from Sue's Chippy opposite the pub that the beer was launched in. So we were a very young company, not a lot of finances at the back of us at the time. And we just opted to change Fred's name to Flat Cap.
Right.
Most of the people were playing on Cap Flap and Flat Cap. And
everyone knows it as Fred's
you know,
beer, don't they?
even now, some people still stick to the words. Can we have a pint of Fred's Cap? So it's nice that his memory lives on.
Yeah,
albeit the picture.
Well, that
may not
story
be on the
there
pump
alone
with.
is a quality little addition to the video. Very fitting.
Good.
So yeah, nice one for that, Dave. It's a pleasure to meet you, pal.
And you.
And thanks for the
Dibnah.
tour.
Thanks for the support. Cheers.
Nice one, mate. Yeah.
Bob sent this picture to me. It was a picture taken on his wedding day.
On whose wedding day? On Bob?
Fred's wedding day.
Right, okay. Brilliant, look at that. You seen that? Quality. Yeah.
A little bit of heritage.
That is
personal
brilliant, that, mate.
heritage.
I've definitely never seen that picture. That's a quality little memento, that, innit? Proper old school.
I'm proud that we've managed to reach 27 years of production now, and especially in the difficult times that
just even
industry
keeping
scene.
something like this open in itself is quite a task, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. The beauty is having our own 3 pubs gives us a lot of security to say sales are guaranteed each week into the 3 pubs themselves.
That's brilliant. Just keeps the heritage alive in every way, shape and form, doesn't it?
It does.
Is this the point we get to get hammered then, pal? Or what? Right guys, if you look here, we're pretty much done filming now. I'm here with Ben, and his old man has actually gifted us 2 mixed crates, so we're gonna have a little taste before we go, and yeah, we'll see what it's like. We'll let you know.
Yeah, I think we're doing it in a glass, aren't we?
We'll go for a glass.
Yeah, of course, mate. I'll go for a glass.
Is anyone got a leprechaun? Yeah, sort them out.
Now let's get them out and film, Susan.
Sorry, mate.
The amber net,
I need more.
now get a nice head on it.
Perfect. I'd love to join
Look
you,
at
but I've
that,
still got
perfect
4
for the
hours.
pint pop.
Get a close up of the glass as well, quite something, isn't it?
Lovely jubbly. Oh yeah,
There we go.
sorted. To Mr. Fred Dibnah and to the Banktop Brewery.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go.
It's good that.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
You know what? That's it. I'm not a.
It's really,
I'm not a
really,
beer
really
all night
good.
drinker.
No.
But that is
Delicious, mate.
nice.
And it's only 10:30.
how it's addled. Holler, you know. Shame, really.
Right guys, you join us at the incredible Ena Mill up in not so sunny Atherton, and we're about to meet a chap called Si who owns the place. He's going to take us round, show us what's currently going on with the old gaff, and hopefully tell us a bit of history about Fred. So without further ado, we're going to bob down to the front doors now and say hello. But if I show you just over here before we start, you can see a little commemoration of Fred with the old blue plaque. There we go. Look at that. Mint. Now this place was built back in the early 1900s. I think it was finished around I think it was about 1913, to be honest with you. We'll find out in a minute. You can see the old weighbridge there, look at that. But yeah, Fred did an awful lot of work on this chimney stack, and Si is well into the industrial era, and taking over this mill, I think, is his pride and joy. So he's going to take us round for a little moose today, show us a few nooks and crannies that you don't normally get to see, and yeah, give us a bit of history on Fred himself. Simon, how you doing, pal?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, mate.
Welcome to Ena Mill.
Yeah, pleasure.
Coming into our little empire. What I'll do, you see, this is a full setup of a retail store,
yeah,
with brands. It's a shop, really. You know, we're open 7 days a week, and this is the ground floor of the mill, where upstairs we've got another 4 floors above, which I'll take you up to show you now.
Oh, brilliant! That'll be incredible.
Follow me up.
Look here, I'm joined by the crew. We've got Si, Lindsay and Tony, Drone Wolf Photography, the old drone pilot.
You may be able to do so further down because we have a whole
bit of behind the scenes
so
access.
taking you up now to where,
oh wow, yeah.
Where we
you can see the age of the place now, can't you?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, that's.
So this is still fully working. This. Sprinkler system.
Wow.
This keeps the mill safe.
And that's all original, that?
All original. That never knows. There's a few parts been added in time.
Yeah,
valves,
yeah.
But that's the original setup there. This is brilliant as it gets serviced all the time.
Very cool. Oh, aye.
And this services the whole mill, every floor.
Yeah. Well, they were pioneers, weren't they, back then? They don't make them like this anymore.
No.
The old, would that have been the old lift shaft?
No, this would have been the management, I believe.
Right, okay.
There's 3 lifts in the building. There's 2 goods lifts.
Right.
And this is half the size of the goods lift, so we would have thought that this was down to the management.
Right, okay.
To get to the top.
Yeah, yeah.
This when we first came in was like the entrance where we believe that all the workers when they came in, would sign in at the front and then come up these stairs to whichever floor they were, because each floor had a different process, from raw cotton being delivered and pulled to the top down to the ground floor when it was a bobbin and ready to go out.
Right,
to be,
okay.
Used into manufacturing.
Yeah. And when would it finish? Was it 1913 it was finished?
No, it was started in, finished and built in 1908, but didn't start production for 4 years.
Right, okay.
1912, I believe.
All right.
So these are the stairs that thousands and thousands of people would have used in history.
I can almost hear the faint echo of the footsteps.
Yeah.
Straight up here after clocking on. I mean, back then you can just imagine the noise that would have been emanating out of this place, you know. It reminds me of Beehive Mill, what I did in Bolton.
A lot of mills are the same, they're the similar footprints.
Yeah.
You know, there was several floors. You know, it wasn't well before the days of car parking. It was all, you know, it was at the front of the mill was a recreational ground.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at that.
So onto this floor, you can see all the iron columns. We're in the process of just getting this ready to turn into another floor of retail.
Right, okay.
With escalators and another restaurant.
Oh wow, that'll be incredible, that. Just look at that.
I'll take you through to the engine room.
It's so strange standing in here though with it. You know, with all the footage I've seen from the past on the old cine films and that, just to stand here in its silence, it's there's a certain eeriness to it, you know.
And then this is what we've put together in the years, from a little bit of history really. We had an open day for the public to see that we were bringing investment, massive investment, after we bought the mill, what we were planning to do.
Right, so what made you buy the mill then?
Well, you know, it was just, we needed a storage and distribution. It was the size of that, and I'm an Atherton lad. I went to school around here, brought up round here, so
no brainer really.
Sensible to stay in the area.
Aye. And it keeps a bit of history and heritage alive as well at the same time.
So there's the year officially that it was built and finished, but it wasn't set in motion until 1912.
Right.
And we believe that these pictures are originally from this mill.
Brilliant.
That one is taken from across the field, which is now Meadowbank Field.
Unreal. I love them old photographs.
Yeah, and that, so it goes from the start in 1908 to, obviously this is 1983, but there isn't much difference in the mill. We've added a sign to the mill chimney, but the letter E is still there for Ena.
Brilliant. So I heard it was named after a queen.
No, well, it was Queen Victoria's granddaughter.
Right, okay.
There was 2 stories, but we believe the second was the Queen Victoria, the granddaughter, was true. It was a Spanish princess as well.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one.
And then this is us today, really, as we've basically turned the ground floor from storage and distribution into a department store.
Yeah. You can see the old inner workings up there, guys. Look at that.
That would have been a pulley and a hoist just from this floor up and down. This one does this floor.
Right.
On the side of the mill, which goes up to the top.
We'll get a shot of that from the outside.
And I'll take you to it,
Yeah, all right.
So we use this floor now for storage. Customers obviously see the shop downstairs.
Yeah. It's cool though for people to see behind the scenes, you know, because a lot of it is, you know, with it all not being developed up here yet, it still retains that feel, you know.
Yeah.
I think we'll have cured a lot of people's curiosity as well with this chapter. Look at the doors there. Wow.
These doors are the metal doors, the fire doors.
Right.
That open and close. They were automatic in the sense of by weights.
Brilliant.
Not electric. So I'm taking you through now. This room, I'm not sure what it was actually used for in the process in the mill days.
Wow.
We're turning this into a restaurant.
Oh, that'd be cool, that, with all the natural light coming in and that, you know. Yeah, I can imagine having a nice coffee in here and looking out.
Yeah. So I'm going to take you through to the engine room now. This is my favourite room in all the mill.
How incredible is this, Si? Oh wow!
It just takes a breath, isn't it? Beautiful.
That is unbelievable. That is,
so
mate.
This was the engine room. This took the this is really the heart of the mill, I suppose. Without this, there was no working mill.
What an incredible sight that is. Just listen to the echo of my voice.
Them mills, the cotton mills, the dark satanic mills, which sort of everybody says, oh, they're bloody ugly, you know. You go and look at the multi-storey car park downtown and look at that. That is a million times more ugly than the most, you know, than the humblest cotton mill. And some of the most beautiful ones are magnificent, you know, like, and they did thump them down in this town like bloody skittles, you know.
Big arch window, everybody says the same thing. Wow, what a beautiful window. It's only one reason it's that size, because they couldn't get the machinery in.
Wow.
These tiles are handmade tiles. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it's one of the most stunning rooms I've ever seen in a mill. And I can imagine it with the engines in. And what type of engine? Would it have been something similar to Astley Colliery?
It was built, and
right,
then
right.
turned into a diesel when it was time. I don't
Right,
know what year
okay.
it was actually converted.
Just look up there into that void.
And another question that people normally throw is, why is it such an elaborate room? Why is it so many fine things? Well, it was because whenever the mills were built, if they came in on budget, or there was any budget left over, always went into the engine room. Hence the floor, the ceiling, and the floor, the tiles on the wall.
Absolutely incredible. Just look at that.
So we intend to turn this into a function room for the next few years.
Oh, I could imagine tables lined up down here, you know, in a little...
Weddings and
that would be very, very cool indeed.
And then underneath here, there's another room, and we're going to turn that into a heritage centre.
Right.
So a mini museum, really.
Brilliant. So there'll definitely be some Fred memorabilia down there then, won't there?
100%. I mean, the Atherton as a town is famous for three things: the three C's, the cotton, the coal and canals.
Yeah.
You know, the canals are not as near as the cotton mills. There were several, and then the mines. There was Pretoria.
Oh, right. We've done Pretoria. Yeah, we've got a few more mills to do as well. I think we're going to have a look at Brooklyn soon.
Yeah.
But this, I didn't know this existed within this place, so I'm kind of just in awe at the minute, pal.
It is an absolutely phenomenal. It's my favourite room.
I love it with the old brick exposed as well, because we do a lot of videos on urban decay and whatnot, you know. So
well, the plan is to bring all that back to original brick. The tiles will stay. The tiles are a must.
Just look out there, you can see up to the chimney as well. Incredible. Yeah. Right. Well, I had a look at them before, pal, and there's not a prayer you'd ever find me on a pen.
That's it.
Unbelievable.
I mean, there's machinery in here, so look at this.
Oh, wow. So what was that then?
I've got a list of what the machinery was. I can't remember.
Right, okay.
I know there was
I'm sure some of the viewers will.
Get that straight away.
Just look at mechanisms in that as well.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And we haven't, or it's not been a working mill since 99 when I got involved with 1999 when I got involved with it, but it wasn't producing in 99. It was well before that. So this machine is, I would have said, it's probably 40 to 50 years old.
Oh, easy. Unbelievable. Yeah.
All sound ceilings as well.
Incredible. So would there have been like a pulley system running up that void there then at some point?
I sat down with somebody who worked in the mill and explained it all to me.
Yeah.
That's called a rope race.
Right, okay.
So there's a big drum at the side of the engine that worked the actual leather belts up into each floor. So each floor had a process, and then there was hundreds of belts going up and down.
Right, okay.
Working on this one particular drum.
So a similar setup to the old colliery in a certain respect, you know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. If you look down there, guys, you could just see the scale of this room by size sat on that desk there. We're in this grand old structure, and Simon's on Instagram.
Sending some pictures today.
So are we going to be going up there then, Si?
No, we can't get on the box.
Oh, can you not?
Other places I'll take you.
All right.
So we'll leave the engine room.
Yep.
Actually come through here, get some shots of the lodge.
Oh wow. Incredible.
This is one of my favourite views of looking up, because you can see the whole, the aspect of the mill.
Wow.
And you see the lodge. And the lodge has been changed about 4 times since the day it was actually dug out, because it's man-made. It was a big rectangle, so where it curves at the moment, well before my time, I'm talking in the 40s, they cut it off. I think transport really dictated it, because before they had wagons, as in 40-footers and diesel wagons as we know today, doing deliveries, it was horse and cart, so they didn't need the roads to be as wide and as sturdy, let's say. So they basically cut the back corner off for reversing and the front corner off so they could drive around.
Brilliant. And all this would have been cobbled at one point?
Possibly, yeah, maybe not even that, maybe probably dirt track.
Yeah.
It's actually scrubland. It's not built here for any other reason except the price of the land, I believe.
Right. Incredible, that, isn't it?
Have you seen all these little bits and pieces just knocking about? Just a little black and white picture.
Wow. Yeah, it's a bit like bygone times. There's loads of old stuff in here.
There's not new things from there.
Yeah, I reckon so. Look at that there. Wow. Unbelievable. That room there. Yeah, we've got the old Mark 1 Land Rover there. Little Jeep. Sorry about that, guys. I figured if I get the cinematics now, if I get too much footage, it's better like that. Oh wow.
This is the original floor. You can see the oil stains. And there's places. This is where machinery would have been. When it's 2 colours.
Unreal.
And then this is where machinery would have been. So somebody would, this is wall where people would work.
Brilliant.
That's where machinery was.
So it would have been all lined up crossways between the bars. If you look there, guys, we've even got an old Singer sewing machine. My nan used to have one of them, and I used to mess about with it when I was a kid, spinning it as fast as I possibly could. Hey up, we're going in lift.
Yeah, we'll go from this floor up to the top floor. The
right,
floor.
okay.
So this is the goods lift. This is the lift that was originally in when we came in, but I'm not sure how old it is from the history of the mill being built. I don't think it was obviously original.
Thank God. Alright. Hey up.
So we're going to go to the 4th floor now.
That room we've just been in there is
engine room, yeah.
It really is incredible. Going up.
Get ready for the judder when we get to nearly 4th floor. It judders, but it's okay. It's just what it does.
So the 3rd is just pretty much similar to number 2 then?
Yeah, 2 and 3 and 4 are about the same. Here we go.
Hey up. Wow, look at that one. So this one is completely empty. Just look at that. What an incredible sight that is. Very, very similar to Beehive Mill when I stood in there in all its derelict glory. How mint is that side? Just imagine the sound that this place was emitting back in the day. Unbelievable. And if you look out here, guys, what an incredible view.
It's quite misty today because you can't see Rivington Pike, you know, the mast.
Yeah, I can just make out the hills in the distance.
So again, there's some little dials and machines. I want to just take a photo of as well. On that.
Oh wow.
I think these are pressure gauges, but I'm not sure. But the date on there, the last date that was used was 17th of May 1996.
Right guys, get your thinking caps on. What do we think that is?
I'll take you on the roof to give you a proper pattern.
Oh, that'd be incredible. If you look out of that window there though, you can see the old church.
This floor's earmarked for residential.
Right, okay.
Building apartments on here.
What a place to live. So you've got all the go-ahead for that then?
Yeah, all the planning's in, yeah. We've worked with the council and heritage.
Brilliant. I think like just a little heritage centre will be a really cool thing, because they've done that down at the mill on the canal in Lee. I did a video on it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the mill called? What was that mill called? Spinners, that's the one, yeah. We met Pete down there.
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah,
I was with him the other day. Spinners, if you look at it, it's 2 mills put together.
Yeah. We went right up top there. Incredible. He's a good lad, Pete. And what they've done there is incredible. It really is.
So we came up in the goods lift over that side. There's another goods lift down there as well.
Right. Okay.
And then the stairs where we started on the ground floor lead over to this.
Brilliant. So this wall here is where that void would have been, where we were before.
Yeah, it's actually behind.
Right.
In there. Behind that door. That would be the top of it.
Brilliant. I can imagine it being quite an eerie place as well at night.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been on the alarm call out and it was a bit terrifying.
Wow.
Then you stop the alarm and then it all goes quiet.
Yeah.
And it's just pitch black.
In the torchlight.
Yeah.
Just look at the doors all there. Unbelievable. We've got another one of them hoists there as well.
So this is all the pulley that I believe came from the ground up. But this doesn't work, we've never used this.
Right,
this is just going to be kept as a, to show people what the mill is worth. We'll bring it back and make it safe. Well, it is safe now.
Do you think you'll be doing any tours out there in the future? Or?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool, to be honest with you.
So I'm going to take you to the roof now.
Here we go, guys.
So this would be the top of the stairs that if you worked here, the last day you would climb into the main floor, because this is to the roof where you are to go, so there's only maintenance.
Let's hope it's not a windy one.
Oh, it's beautiful today.
Oh wow, look at this. A bit of exclusive. Oh, look at that out there, man, in the sunlight. Unbelievable. Look at this, guys. Even this is incredible for me, you know. So we're pretty much below that tower now.
Yes.
This is.
There's actually 2 floors. We're a floor above the last working floor.
Yeah.
And then there's another floor there, and then the roof on the tower.
Brilliant.
So it actually would make it 7 stories, 7 floors high.
Yeah.
With a tower.
Well, I hope my wind filter is pulling its weight. Wow. Just look at that, that is incredible. And just imagine what the landscape would have been like back in the day.
Yeah, up here you get sort of run around ideas of grandeur, you know, you sort of look down on all these humble rows of little houses and sort of, you know, it makes me glad that, you know, I'm up here and not having to open my front door and go inside this bloody place, you know, instead of being free like a bird.
Wow, you can see the old power station over there as well.
It's Fiddler's Ferry, I think.
Incredible. Look at that, guys.
So each corner of this tower has got the same architecture. Yeah, I was sitting downstairs, we would never say this. And they did the four sides exactly the same.
Well, that's what I mean. Even the bits that you wouldn't have ever seen down on ground level, they still put the effort in, didn't they? You know.
Just watch the floor.
Incredible. And the thing is, we're not even a quarter behind where Fred would have gone up that chimney stack. Just look at that, guys. I'll peer you over the edge now. There's how high we are, and even that is quite dizzying, and I'm stood behind a nice safe wall. Fred would have been up there, no restraints, fag in his mouth. Yeah, right up over that overhang. I take it cost a fair penny then getting all this redone, this rooftop.
Yeah, but we've got to keep it dry. So
yeah,
there's parts that have been patched and redone, but yeah, it's been sorted, and all the telecoms on the roof now, that's quite new to us, because they used to use the mill that was across the road. It's gone now, so we've got perfect phone signals, full bars now, which is the best. So, and this phone, these towers, these service the area.
Right, okay. It's a perfect vantage point for it then, isn't it, you know. It's surreal being stood up here with all seagulls flying above our heads and just seeing the landscape from above like this. It's, you know, these are the moments I really remember when I'm, you know, doing what I'm doing now. I mean, the amount of times I've walked past that church there down the main drag, and unbelievable, really is. And it's surprising how much Greenland you can see up here, because you don't think that from ground level, do you?
That's progression into the new era. That's the Aldi distribution centre.
Wow, so that's up here where the old colliery was then, isn't it? What an incredible sight, eh, Si?
Brilliant, isn't it?
He's got a dodgy hip, Si, so he can't get about a lot, so he's not disinterested. He's struggling.
See the weather come in, changes.
Yeah, I can see it now. It's unbelievable.
It all follows through where the rain is. The sunshine comes through. It's after the rain.
I mean, just that picture alone, with you there underneath the tower of Ena Mill and the sky above, it honestly incredible.
Spoil, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Remember we used to go these hills on our push bikes, and all of it. If our mothers knew what we were doing, they were like huge
Same
things.
up there, we used to sit there, build our rucks and talk there.
Right, so I think we're going to head back down now, Si, and get a bit of history on why this place relates to Fred.
Right, we'll go back to floor one.
Yep.
To what I use as my office now.
Right, okay.
Show you a few bits there and there.
Yep, brilliant. What do you reckon, Si?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, mate.
Not a bad morning out, eh,
No,
brother?
I think this is going to be an absolute
ripper. Definitely.
I really do. I think it's going to be an absolute ripper, this one.
So back down now, guys, to the first floor. I mean, if you just look at the stairs there, guys, you can literally, well, you can see it, but you can feel the smoothness of it, where thousands thousands of footsteps over 100+ year period have ascended and descended the old stairwell. So we're now pushing through into the old office. Oh wow, look at that. Is that an original thing, that side?
Yeah, there's a till on top. That's going to be fixed.
Wow. There you go, look at that, mate.
Look at that, off the till.
There we go, guys.
It's the iconic photograph but turned into a modern twist.
Awesome.
Warren Green did that for us. We did it and we got involved with him.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So this is...
So this office wouldn't have been an office in its day. I made this an office that we use every day.
Yeah. Nice and cool in here too.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So what kind of work did Fred do on this chimney then originally?
Basically kept it up. I remember hearing about Fred. He was a demolition guy. He took everything, apart. And then we came to this place, found out that he was part of the history because he kept the mill alive, or the chimney alive and working, and kept it up. He had his name on the side of it. That's worn away through time now, but we put a blue plaque on.
Yeah.
And we're going to invite somebody down from the family of one day soon to officially open the plaque or
brilliant,
the plaque.
Brilliant. So the chimney's definitely staying up then?
Chimney's staying, yeah. It's a Grade 2 listed building and that is part of it. It's an iconic thing. It's I get people coming from all over the country to see us, and the first thing they say is, "We found you because of your chimney. Your chimney was there." So.
And possibly through Fred.
Yeah. 100%.
It just goes to show like the outreach that he had. It's incredible, Just one everyday dude who lives next door to be accessed globally by millions of people. It's incredible. It truly is.
There's a few more bits of memorabilia there.
Oh, there we go.
Move this out of the way.
The old scales. So were these on the machines or were these used by hand?
No, they were put together. Were on the machine. Cotton was wound around them and came off, and that as a process then was taken out and sent abroad to be manufactured.
Brilliant.
Or whoever bought the cotton for manufacturing.
What's the old gauge there we've got?
Sure, this is all something to do with impression.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's a sprinkler gauge.
Oh yeah, wow. So that's actually from this mill
I think it is, yeah.
Unreal.
Again, we lots of people have donated things.
Yeah.
So when we open the Heritage Museum, they're going to be part of it. I can't remember what this was called. A doffer, I think it might have been called. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm sure just turn it round there. Let's get a shot of that side of it. I'm sure some of the viewers will definitely know what that is.
And weights.
Pretty much we're just covering things that are related to Fred.
Not sure what this was, but some paper inside.
Here we go. Oh wow, look at that.
Yarn balance.
Unbelievable date on that.
No, it was a number.
That's very old, that you can tell, can't you?
Telephone number 9231.
Wow.
No prefix, anything.
Now that is old school, eh? I've noticed something here. I know we're here for Fred Dibnah, but I have to take a little peek at this. Are they actually signed by Mike? Yeah. Yes. Look at them there, guys.
Tyson gloves.
Unbelievable. Well, I'm a Tyson fan. We'll leave Lennox. We'll leave Lennox over there.
Henry Cooper as well.
Oh, no way.
Yes, Henry.
Wow. Brilliant. Have you acquired them yourself,
yes,
or have you bought them, or have you had them done?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. No, it's proper cool, and with the old original brick as well, all exposed.
Well, we had this done, it was all painted.
Yeah.
So we had it blasted out.
No, it looks brilliant. It's a very fitting place for the boss man, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that. Is that a stealth bomber, that?
No, it's Vulcan. Yeah.
Let me see. Wow.
So over here. That was sent in.
Whoever got that shot is a very good photographer indeed. So this part here is just for just management and stuff, yeah.
Administration.
Brilliant. Let's have a look at the views you've got then from your office side. There we go.
We've got the lodge.
Not a bad life, pal, eh?
Nice and tranquil. Great to see every day. I've seen it frozen plenty of times.
Yeah. See, if I were the owner of this gaff, I think my office would have been up in that tower.
Yeah. And then this photograph here is of Ena Mill from what was How Bridge Mill.
Oh right,
so I stood
brilliant.
on How Bridge Mill's roof and took a picture of this. And How
So
Bridge
that
Mill's
were higher than this place then?
Yeah, 1 story higher, yeah. That's 6 floors where this is 5.
Unreal. Let's get you in on that, guys. Can you see that there? There we go.
And that, obviously Ena Mill's still here, but How Bridge Mill sadly has gone, so that picture can't be taken again from the exact position I was stood in.
Unreal. So a one-off there.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. What do you reckon, Si? Good little mooch that, wasn't it, mate?
Absolutely.
And a perfect little addition to the series. So I think we're going to potter about now, get a few cinematics, and we're done.
So this is the fire escape that goes
Wow.
up to the top across as well. And there's some of the old machinery. It wasn't in this mill, but we saved it from being scrapped.
Wow, brilliant.
So we brought that back to be used in the Heritage Museum.
Oh, that'll be very
eventually.
cool indeed.
The cutting machine, and I'm not sure what they call this machine, but it was,
Yeah.
it was a
Can we have a close look
go
at
down
that?
a
Oh, is that
little
all
bit.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
I can leave you guys out here now.
All right, yeah, and then
if
we
you need
can.
to go to the front,
Yeah.
you can then take a picture to the front. Just ask people that are in it who want to be in it or not.
Yeah, that'll be brilliant, that, mate. Right, Si, I totally
once again,
appreciate
thanks
that,
again,
mate.
Clarky, good to see you.
Pleasure to meet
Good
you,
timing.
and thanks
you.
very much
Pleasure.
for your time,
Yeah,
pal. Take care, mate.
Is it a business or is it yours now?
The Greek box.
What an incredible
Oh, okay.
little mooch. And we can finish here at a little bit of this machinery, and then we'll bob round the front and have a little peek at that chimney before we call it a day. Wow, look at that, guys. So all this is going to be restored and put on display for the benefit of future generations. Cheers for that, Si. Nice one, mate. And you, mate. Take care, pal. Incredible. I think another fitting little find for the Fred Dibnah series, and a cracking insight into industrial history that is being kept alive. Nice one to Lindsay, Tony and Si for joining us. Check out his page, Drone Wolf Photography, because he's now officially the Urban Collective drone pilot. You've had it now, mate. You're gonna be getting called up every other weekend. Right, guys, as you can see, we're back down now at the front on ground level, and we're just looking up at these ladders, which belong to the most recent steeplejacks that have been looking after this old stack. Round the other side you can actually see the old dog points where Fred would have hammered his dogs in back in the day. But if we pan you around here, we've got our Tony who is setting up the old is it a Mavic 2?
Mavic 2 Pro.
Mavic 2 Pro. And what we're going to do, we're going to set you at the bottom of the chimney, and we're going to slowly ascend right up the ladder up to the top, just so you get an idea of the well, the scale of this old stack, and the pardon my French, bollocks that Fred Dibnah had on him. I mean, to climb that with no restraints, he must have had a right set of ball bearings on him.
Nobody gave it a great deal of thoughts as to how they were going to get up there to repair the things, because of course they were all built from the inside, more or less right from the beginning of building fairly large ones to building the really monstrous things that there are today at power stations. Like the early ones, you know, 1820s, were only like 60 and 50 feet high. And of course, you know, they could build them with a conventional scaffold around the outside, because they were of no great girth, you know. To circumnavigate the wall of that chimney, which might be 60 odd feet circumference with scaffolding, is going to cost a heck of a lot of money, you know. That's why I think steeplejacks have still got still earn a crust of bread, you know. it is one of the good and reliable ways of getting up there. Basically, having got the second ladder up, you've more or less conquered it in a way, how you actually do the job. The thing is, you just keep repeating the process. 9 rungs from the top, 2 lashings on the bottom and 2 dogs, and up it comes, and all as you're up there with is your hammer, your chisel, plug wood, and the end of the pulley wheel and the rope. The important thing not to do is let the rope run through the block and go tumbling down, which means that you've got to come down and get the end of the rope and carry the thing up, which 200 foot of end rope is fairly heavy, and by the time you've got back to the top with it, you're getting a bit out of breath. The other thing is, the higher up you get, and the harder it gets, you know, because of course, the guy at the bottom has got to pull the ladder up further, and you've got to send the end of the rope down further. And also the progression towards the top as you get higher it slows down a bit. This basically is an inspection to give a quote for any forthcoming repairs that need sorting out. Over the years, the first job I ever did were above the collar, the 10 feet of brickwork above the collar. I put some new iron bands round and pointed it all, and a new lightning conductor on. Then on subsequent visits, I pointed all the panel work round the top 30 feet, and now from the sailing course below that to below the green and white banded area of tile bricks, it's badly in need of pointing, so I'm going to give them an estimate to do that. That's a bit of old-time Steeplejack's plug wood, you know. If we knock that in there, it'll be dead and gone, without a doubt.
How incredible is that, guys? To scale them kind of heights with no restraints whatsoever. It is, it's sickening. It really is. But I'll give you another little look at this plaque here, because obviously we can't do a Fred Dibnah related film without our Fred. But we'll read it out to you. Fred Dibnah, MBE. Born the 29th of April 1938, a much loved steeplejack, worked here on this chimney at Ena Mill. And if you look just around this corner, you can see the old lightning conductor there. And if you look just on the wall, you can see Fred's dogging spots. No, Gary, not those types of dogging spots. You can see there where he hammered his dogs in, tied up his ladders and descended to dizzying heights. Nice one for watching, guys. We shall see you in the next one, because there's going to be a fair few more of these Fred Dibnah films coming out. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm off for a swift one, and we'll see you in the next video. Get you a shot of that, and then we'll pan up to the chimney. Take it easy, man. Peace.